Welcome to another exciting edition of the Ravens Flock.
At the end of the month, as the sun burns its sweltering rays upon the atmosphere of sunny old Florida, and we desperately try to escape death by hyperthermia, we come once more to make you happy.
Hells yeah.
Or at least we died trying.
Yes, that too.
But you know what? It's Florida. It's summer all the time. Let's be real.
We got two brands of weather. We have everybody's drowning in mud or everything is on fire. That's all we get.
Yeah, exactly. And whenever we do get any cold weather, it only lasts for like, what, a day?
We had hail once. That's it, just one time.
No, it's just Florida, though I can't imagine hell being worse.
Maybe it wasn't hail. Maybe it was just white rocks that were cold and we didn't notice.
All right, folks. Well, here we are in another exciting edition of the Ravens Flock at the end of July, as Angel so eloquently put. I am your host, Jose Casabona, and also host of the Wrestle Rewind there. And on my left is the host of Los Amigos Play.
The living id.
The living id. The uncompromising voice of our show, Mr. Angel Mendez.
One day they'll make horrible biodocumentaries about me.
And joining us
That's
on
true.
our right is the host of the Black Files and the man who puts in the man hours behind the videos of all of our channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
You can tell I'm completely checked out. I am exhausted right now, and
We did a lot of chores before
I'm
this
minus
started.
one organ, but god damn it, we'll live.
We'll all live. And yes, folks, we are currently simulcasting on youtube.com/TheRavensFlock and twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online.
So we invite you to please hit the subscribe button and notification bell directed over here by Angel's knees. Point to that shit. Hit the subscribe button and hit the follow button on your Twitch channel. We invite you to please share this, get folks to come into the Ravens Flock and join us. We're starting a little bit of a campaign where we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year.
Let us try.
We are on our way to 1K.
Yep, and we want so badly to fucking try to get there, and we're counting on you to spread the word. We want you folks to go ahead and help us grow the Ravens Flock the way it needs to grow, and we would love to share in the excitement with you on this. We just need your help. Also, what's his face?
Billy's at it early.
Yeah, Billy's already on our chat early as hell, saying, I missed the last one. I'm not going to miss that one too.
Hey,
also,
that's
I'm
our
glad
boy.
you're doing well. Angel, I heard that you were ill 2 weeks ago or so. You were...
We never said he was ill.
Oh yeah, no, that you were under the weather because you did you fucked up.
Oh yeah, that one time when you did something stupid and you ended up.
Oh, yeah, that. Well, thank you kindly for your consideration.
That-
Thankfully, I walked out of that one in one piece. Honestly, I don't even gonna bother hiding it. I accidentally downed an entire bag of THC gummy bears. I had no idea what they were because it wasn't labeled. And next thing I know, everything got really hazy but really frantic at the same time.
So
It was a fun experience. 8 out of 10. Don't do it again.
Yeah,
Billy's
no.
also saying, Angel, when you were absent during a stream one time, you missed the funniest segue that I've ever seen on the channel. Hint: Juan resetting Jose's password. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I did, and I'm not sorry.
Thanks for reminding me,
So
Billy.
when I am gone, Juan unleashes his full hackerman powers.
No, I have to make up for your manic, frantic personality here. So just someone has to fucking do it.
Juan's filled the void of your absence.
Bruh, come on. You don't have to feel the void for
I have
me.
to fill in for every
You are
fucking
special
buddy.
because there's only one of you in the world.
All right, well, folks.
If you die, who's gonna fix this fucking computer when it breaks for the third
Nobody.
time?
Y'all are fucked without me.
Exactly. We need
Speaking
him.
of dying,
Yes.
or
Death.
rather lack thereof.
Like we really do want to get in on this.
Yes.
May I give one thing before we get started?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Now you probably saw. Actually, you know what? Folks haven't seen this yet. We have been updating our. We've been updating the way we do our stuff on the Ravens Flock. We've been trying like crazy to see if there's any way that we can actually promote ourselves a little more. One thing that we're doing is that we have been working a little more with our meta tags and all this good stuff on our channel so that it can be found a little better. We're also updating our old Teespring store. If you don't know the Ravens Flock does have a merch store. I just put the link to our newest item on the live stream chat. teespring.com/stores/the-ravens-flock.
We've got merchandise all over the place. We got t-shirts, we got tank tops, we got hoodies, we got zip-up hoodies. We have all sorts of merchandise and accessories for you. In fact, Angel, Give us an example right
As you
here.
can see, my beloved iPhone is being protected by the amazing
Samsung.
power of the extraordinarily powerful Ravens Flock phone case. It is a solid, beautiful matte white with a nice, solid black finish, and it specializes in keeping my shit protected. Observe.
It's a Samsung. That's not an iPhone.
Not even a scratch. There you go. I did live fucking testing. This phone is a crash dummy.
Jesus H. Christ, man.
All right,
Perfect.
please.
Okay. You made your point.
You made your point.
Holy shit,
Are
you
you
scared
sure?
the hell out of me.
No, let me go even farther. Look at the screen. Not a single scratch.
All right, awesome.
I would
Man.
That
imagine.
is the power of the Ravens Flock protection. Please
Yes.
look forward to our next collaboration with Trojan Condoms and Bad Dragon for extra protection.
And if you got
Jesus.
Angel's last comments notwithstanding, if you go online right now and shop, you can put in our special, awesome, super cool discount code, which is
You're overhyping. It's like
it's called Cons Are Back with the letter R. So I'll even spell it out for you. CONSRBACK. Cons Are Back. Hit that code in, you get 15% discount on all of your purchased items.
That's
Yep,
a pretty good discount,
and-
actually. Nice job, bro.
And what's more important over here is that we actually debuted today a brand new piece of merch to help promote Angel's show, Los Amigos Play.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah, we did this on purpose. I noticed that the actual initials for the logo of Los Amigos Play reminded me of a certain console that we play on most of the time. So if you look at it, you'll see what we mean there.
The Dreamcast.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and trust me, you guys are gonna love it. But yes, the link is teespring.com/store/the-ravens-flock. Go ahead, purchase all the swag and hit that discount code and enjoy everything that you've acquired.
Yep. Now we can go ahead to your
Now
segue
we can
for
go
the thing
ahead.
today.
Yeah, now we can go ahead and take this car and drive it to the nearest fucking
Wall.
wall.
Let's
and
go ahead.
fucking
Yeah, let's
destroy
go
it.
ahead and crash ourselves because
God damn,
apparently
man.
crash TV is what people want.
We're already crashing normally. Let's crash even harder before.
All right. So
Let's
recently
crash
on
for fun and profit.
Wednesday, during a wrestling program, AEW Dynamite.
Okay, hang on. Sick background, bro.
Thank you. Let's not get distracted. So this Wednesday on a special program of AEW Dynamite on Fight for the Fallen in Charlotte, North Carolina, their main event was, and they hyped it as a no disqualification match, but I'm calling it because I call it like I see it. It was a death match between former AEW World Champion Chris Jericho versus the master of ultra violence from a promotion called Game Changer Wrestling. His name is Nick Gage. Okay. And during this match, and I will say this right now, we don't have photos and we're not going to show photos. I will not validate this.
They don't deserve that much publicity, let's be
It
honest.
was violent. It was bloody. It was a mess. It was too big of a mess, even for me.
You have to understand that this was part of a
Women and
storyline-
children were decapitated in the
All right,
audience.
I'm actually trying to give details here. Sorry. The fucking problem with this match is that it was meant to be a bloody, hardcore, crazy death match with violence that folks claim they love and they enjoy and is missing in professional wrestling ever since the good old halcyon days of the Attitude Era of the WWF from the late 1990s and the early 2000s. And oh, wouldn't it be great if we had these bloody, crazy, hardcore death matches all over again? Wouldn't that be so much fun?
Yes, I
Now-
want more violence in my life.
While I can argue that having hardcore matches, having matches with no disqualification and with weapons and all this good stuff,
Your life
always
is the
fun.
qualification. When you lose the match.
The problem is when you have nothing of substance to offer beyond that. If it's not really building to anything, or if it's not handled tastefully. Yes, there is such a thing as having a bloody
Yes.
hardcore wrestling match handled tastefully.
Consider the
Believe it or
following.
not.
The difference between a dirty street brawl and a martial arts match. It's
Exactly.
violence, but there is a certain style and elegance. If you're going to bring the brutality, you might as well make it brutally stylish. Like
Exactly.
Doom.
Yes.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. Now, to their credit to AEW, they do a good job in presenting different styles of wrestling for different groups of audiences that watch the AEW programming. However,
On this match.
Now during this match, there was a part where Nick Gage had a pizza cutter. I want you to follow me. He had a pizza cutter in hand, took Chris Jericho's head and sliced him open on the forehead, bleeding him, getting color, getting juice. And on that part,
At the exact time it happened.
they cut to a picture-in-picture commercial. You could still see the match, but on the bigger part of the screen, they played a commercial for Domino's Pizza.
Now, I was under the impression that when you guys told me about it, you just told me that the show cut to like a TV commercial and it was Domino. So I'm like, that just seems like a hilarious coincidence. But no, according to what I was informed by Mr. Juan Arauz, they had control of the commercials and the advertisement, so they did that shit on purpose.
They did.
Yeah.
Now, folks can make the argument left and right about, okay, well, the program AEW, All Elite Wrestling, they don't actually control what goes in their picture-in-picture commercials. That's just a terrible and sad coincidence. Let's be realistic.
Right.
But you have to understand that All Elite Wrestling has their contract with the TV network TNT.
Mm-hmm.
TNT can control, to an extent, what goes in the commercial breaks. But the sponsorship goes towards the network and towards the promotion in this case.
Yes.
Domino's Pizza specifically set promotion up for AEW.
And they're
They
one of the
specific-
major sponsors
as well
for the program.
So you can imagine the day after this match aired on TV, Domino's Pizza had made a statement, and there's apparently talk of them considering pulling their sponsorship and their funding from All Elite Wrestling in response to this tasteless sack of shit. Angel, what was the line that you gave about these guys using a fucking hardcore match and then tastelessly going and cutting it into a pizza commercial when the guy's cutting
It's
a dude up with
just
a
like the
cutter?
pizza cutter itself. All edge. No point.
Oh boy. I pulled up an article
Yeah.
here with more information. In a statement according
Where's
to
the article from?
Wrestling Observer's Figure 4 Online.
Mm-hmm.
In a statement to
Grain of salt.
Michael McCarthy of Front Office Sports, Domino's denied any involvement with the pizza cutter spot and said that they did not know about it ahead of time. Additionally, Domino's is considering whether or not to continue advertising on Dynamite going forward. Now, here's a statement from their from Domino's spokesperson, Jenny Ferrarsi Petco. We share the concerns expressed about this incident and the content of this TV 14 rated program and are assessing our advertising presence on it going forward.
Okay,
How much you want to bet that if he hadn't used a pizza cutter, they wouldn't have said shit?
pretty sure.
This is just fluff talk for you're using a thing normally associated with our business to commit horrible violence on a person. That might make us look bad. So we're considering how many zeros can you put on the forgiveness check.
Yeah.
Let's not lie to ourselves, people. There is no morality going on here. This is Big Corpo mad at Big Corpo because Big Corpo may have made Big Corpo look bad.
Now, the really crazy part about this is there's actually folks talking
crunch.
in defense of this pizza cutter spot.
Including
AEW wrestler Dean Ambrose, rather formerly known as Dean Ambrose, he now goes by John Moxley. He was a former AEW world champion. He basically went on to say, like, guys, it was just a coincidence. Can you guys just loosen up, man?
I
mean,
have
come
the
on,
actual quote here.
Yeah, here's a fucking quote.
Here's a quote.
These should be fun.
May I please? For fuck's
If
sake?
you want to, go ahead.
These should be good.
Where is this fucking thing?
Scroll up, right there.
There. Domino's Pizza needs to chill out. They need to chill, man. It was a coincidence. You know what? Jump on the bandwagon, man. You don't think Nick Gage could sell some pizzas for you? Come on. You know that the Noid is played out at this point, and you're bringing back the Noid? Come on.
So he was high while he was talking.
No, he
was drunk when he was talking.
Close enough. Now,
Okay.
But go on.
ultimately, I do enjoy the idea of having pizza while I watch horrible violence. That's why John Wick was fun to me.
One of
But
the big
I
things
have
that
a
you
question.
love is ultra-violence.
Now, I
and
have a
this-
question.
What's
Will.
your question?
Here's my other question, which is actually important. Was the match actually good?
It was okay. Here's the thing: they promised us a death match, and they gave us a death match.
But was it a good death match?
It
No.
was no. Well, no. Hang on.
Are you
hang
telling
on.
me that
I
it was
actually
average?
I did actually see it. It was basically like, well, let's start killing each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like,
the,
it
the
was-
finish was okay. And unexpected. I didn't expect Chris Jericho to pull out a black mist from his mouth to blind
Okay,
Nick Gage.
fucking use
no,
curse powder.
No, we talked about this Thursday night on Wrestle Rewind. The thing about the poison mist that you do, that is a Japanese pro wrestler move. That is supposed to be an iconic thing from the great Muta. Yoshihiro Tajiri
He
uses
would
it.
vomit poison upon his foes.
Asuka,
Yes.
WWE's former WWE Raw Women's Champion, Asuka
Asuka.
uses
Well, that
As in,
it.
makes
like-
sense. She
as in,
abandoned
like,
her
the-
humanity after
As
all.
in, like, it's
Ah.
the idea of, like, the Japanese wrestlers have the secret ancient technique of being able to spew a poison mist.
Like cobras.
Exactly. Like, depending on the color of the mist, it depends on, like, the level of blinding or injury, or if it makes you delirious or
This
something.
is a
The
fucking RPG debuff.
the
What are you
black
talking?
mist, specifically the black mist, was meant to be, like, absolutely blinding and burning. The green poison mist, which is the most common one, is just supposed to blind you for a moment. And it's like, I can't
So
see.
she
But
just vomited pepper spray on their mouth.
basically, yes, and Chris Jericho, who never once was associated with being able to use that, comes out of nowhere and spits that out.
Well, you see,
I'm sorry, but
he,
he doesn't have.
he normally specs on Western Gladiator, but he decided to take some points on Eastern Gladiator to advance his class and
Just
get to the promotional job.
No.
Just because you used to wrestle in Japan, that
For
doesn't
5 minutes.
For 5 minutes, that
That's
doesn't mean
So
you.
it's like
get to
Homer. It's like Homer Simpson goes to jail in Japan for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Should we teach them the secret of inner peace? No, they are foreign devils.
Now, it didn't take long for another piece of speculation that's out. So, like Juan
So
said, take it with
conspiracy time, folks. Let's hear the
Yes.
stupid ass conspiracies.
like Juan said, take it with a grain of salt. This was from Ringside News, and it was reported.
The
earlier
grain is the
today.
size of my fist.
Earlier today,
And the headline reads: the WWE is accused of planting the story about sponsors upset with AEW.
who wrote this?
All right,
Is
this
this
was
said as an opinion or is this said as an actual thing?
it was written
Someone
by
named
H.
H. Jenkins. Who the fuck is H. Jenkins? Guys, come on.
All right.
name.
Jenkins, you better have some fucking words to give us.
Now, according to a guy named David Bixenspan, he was contacted by a reporter who allegedly provided screenshots to
Allegedly.
prove that WWE contacted him concerning picking up the story about AEW upsetting their sponsors. He was allegedly given the screenshots, but they were not provided in the article.
Okay, so here's what's up. Okay,
So
who's
there's
this?
a lot of saying, I have this thing
Hang
from
on,
this
hang on,
guy
hang
who
on.
gave me this thing from
His
this
name
place.
is David Bixenspan.
David Bixenspan on the Babyface versus Heel blog over here. So
I like Babyface. By the way, for the record, Babyface is another YouTuber who likes to actually talk about this kind of thing and popular media in general.
the
Oh wait, no, I fucked up. That's a different
That's a
guy
different
called
person.
Heel
That's
versus Babyface.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
a cool dude from
here's,
British.
Here's what's up. If you're saying, "Oh, hey, I heard from this guy that there's a reporter who supposedly gave him screenshot."
Okay, where
Okay,
are they?
You're like separated 3 degrees from the actual story, and they've got the proof, but they didn't give it to you. They didn't show it. It can't show it for
So
sure.
he's essentially peddling a rumor that so far has no solid evidence.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Listen, I understand that you want to contribute to the story, but saying this dude, I knew this dude told me, that knew this dude, I knew this guy, I knew this guy, I knew this guy, is not really going to help out in the
It's not.
situation, is it?
Hang on a minute, guys. I
So
can't.
at- so at
let me
this
take
point-
something for my headache here.
So at this point, it's simple. This shit becomes a telephone game. You need to actually fucking.
Here's, he
take this
said,
with a
she
grain of
said
salt.
kind of thing, right?
What are you taking here?
Drugs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. The point of this is, sorry. You said headache medicine. The point is, if you're saying that there's a screenshot and you're saying there's proof,
Are you fucking chewing those?
yeah, it's gross. But you know what? It makes it work faster.
Damn, bro.
Rule number 1 of journalism: always be the state of Missouri.
What?
Okay, every state in the U.S. has a nickname. Florida's the Sunshine State. New York is the Empire State. New Jersey is the Garden State.
Los Angeles is hell.
Los Angeles is a city.
Yeah, just
And
tell me.
Missouri is called the Show Me State.
Because they demand proof. I
They
assume.
demand
Yes.
you show me what you're trying to say. Don't just talk. Show me the proof. Just
Where-
bring it.
Yo, dog, where are the receipts at?
Exactly.
Where are the receipts? Show me
Exactly.
receipts.
Show me the fucking receipts.
Let us make one thing clear here. We're not calling this person a liar. We're just saying that we are rightfully skeptical of the fact that you're showing up, making a declaration, and claiming that there's proof when you have nothing to show. I'll be more than happy to swallow my own words and tell this person that they
Same
were
here.
right.
Happily. I
but
will gladly.
Kindly provide receipts. I am a grown-ass man. I am not afraid to say that I am wrong because that is called responsibility and accountability. But you gotta give me a reason to believe that I was. Otherwise,
In the meantime, I'm willing to go by what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing more of, Domino's Pizza is pissed off because these guys put on not only a bad garbage match, but a garbage match that used a pizza cutter and put a picture-in-picture commercial of my brand while associating, hey,
He
you see
literally
Chris Jericho's
carved-
50-year-old face? Choose Domino's.
I'm literally
for his
putting
50-year-old face.
Pizza Hut and the phone number for the nearest
my
store
God.
in this
God.
man's forehead.
Or,
It's
or worse, friggin' if they do a Papa John's commercial, better ingredients, better pizza, and now better violence.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
no, Papa John's threw out their own owner and founder.
Oh, I know. we
Because
know
of
that.
his stupid shit. You really think that they'll put up with something like that too?
Once again,
Yeah,
No way.
I'm just
please
joking
remember,
on
this
that.
is just
No
a matter
way,
of
Jose.
commercialism. Please,
I know.
please remember, this is just a matter of advertisement. Had they used anything else that wasn't the pizza cutter, nobody would have said a damn word.
Now, regardless,
It's all about PR and that image, boys.
guys, regardless, whether this was a coincidence or not, whether this was meant to be a joke or not, one thing is clear. No corporate sponsor, whether it's something or someone or any big organization, whatever, they should not have to deal with that type of exposure ever at all.
No, yeah, exactly. Like we're not over here trying to advocate for a big company, but if you're a promotion, if you're a company that you require sponsorships to survive, don't try to get cute with the people who fund you.
Unless you're Ryan Reynolds, then you can do whatever
Yeah,
you
no,
want.
Ryan Reynolds, he's a darling, and I would gladly. I'm straight, but I already said this earlier.
Yeah, no.
Don't try to get cute with the people who finance you.
Paying your bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, the last thing you do is you don't disrespect a sponsor by being shitty with how you promote them.
There is something to be said about the dangers of biting the hand that feeds you.
Exactly.
All right, do you guys want a slice? This is making me hungry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll good. I'll
Yeah.
take one.
We can't bitch on an empty stomach now, can we?
Exactly.
No, we can't.
So we just gotta go to war.
But we want to hear what you think, folks.
Please,
let us know in the comments below, and let us know your thoughts about Domino's Pizza getting pissed off with AEW here.
Arguably, you could say that this is actually partial to WWE because they have sold their integrity, desperately trying to, promote themselves through corporate commercial products like fast food and pizza. We, here at the Ravens Vlog, we understand that better than they do because we value integrity and
Indeed.
fighting for the truth.
Yes.
I'm doing things that are, important to maintain the authenticity that has kept us going and strong all these years.
No, of course.
You're not going to see us sell out to anybody.
Never. We would never purposely throw away our mission. What is our mission again?
Your voice is
to
our
make
mission.
your voice our mission.
And our mission is to always tell the truth, undaunted by the rampant imperialist commercialism that capitalism has shed upon us.
Now, some minor news I do want to touch into before we get to the other part. And
First, let's go ahead and get into the chat because
go,
it's going to
go ahead. Go for it.
All right, I'm going to go into the chat over here. Let's see. Angel, do be sounding like a narrator, LOL. I missed you for the last 2 to 3 weeks.
I miss you too, baby.
Mainly due to the absence when this show was canceled and when I didn't show up last stream. Mimi was saying, what the actual fuck? Billy said, really? What the fuck? A pizza cutter? But then he took it down. Yeah, an actual pizza cutter.
I know, crazy shit, right?
He said, this is the worst timing for an ad break. Bunda is on the chat. Howdy, Bunda. Thank you for
Hey.
joining in.
Good to
Did
see
you
you, my
guys
man.
address the Bray Wyatt release yet? We're doing that next.
Well, I should get into that very soon.
I saw AEW this past Wednesday that Jericho and that other guy had one of the cringiest backyard matches I've seen in a while. Yeah, no, we totally agree. Like, you can have a hardcore match. They've had hardcore matches and they've done them well. But this was a garbage hardcore match. You can only work so well with the partner that you have. And Chris Jericho is, what do you call it? He's a seasoned wrestler.
He would have known. He should have known better than this. Let's be honest.
No, like, half of this was his idea anyway.
He
doesn't
should have
really-
known better than this. Then
He advocated for Nick Gage because of how well Vice told his story on Dark Side of the Ring, and Chris Jericho is the main narrator of that
well,
show.
shit.
It's true.
Well, once again, we'll have to wait until any actual evidence shows up whether this was done on purpose or not. I mean, let's be honest, it will not be the first time a big company has done something incredibly fucking stupid just to grab attention. But, as you said, until we get some solid receipts, we can't confirm the sale.
On the subject of
Well,
big companies,
Actually,
Angel.
give me 2 seconds over here. I
Go
actually
right
need to.
Do we actually have to cut the commercial now?
What,
No.
to what? Domino's?
No, that'd be crazy. What are you talking about? Don't say stupid shit like that.
All right, so you were gonna go ahead and
Go to
address-
Raven's Lock and buy our merchandise
Yes.
at Cons Are Back 2002.
Actually, yeah, no. Go ahead, and take a look in the chat. We do have our promo code. Cons are back for 15% off our purchase on
Exactly.
our store.
Fight against capitalism by capitalizing us.
So as
Please.
Big Bunda pointed out in the comments, yes, it is true, and this was reported today.
Boy, oh
the
boy.
WWE has come to terms with the release of former Universal and WWE World Champion Bray Wyatt.
Question: wasn't he the one that was doing those amazingly creepy household party videos?
Yes, that was
Yes.
him.
Those fuckers!
Bray Wyatt debuted on the main roster in 2013 on SummerSlam, along with two other guys named Eric Rowan and the late Luke Harper, real name John Huber, and they
Rest.
were called the Wyatt family.
Yep.
And they were basically it's supposed
Think
to
the
be
family from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but
No.
instead of chainsaws,
No,
it's
no,
just their
more
hands and feet.
more like the Devil's Rejects,
Yep.
Rob Zombie movie.
Oh, that's even
Okay,
better.
okay. Best description: it's a combination of Rob Zombie and the movie Cape Fear. Like Bray Wyatt was literally in his he had freaking chinko pants on, like slacks. He had a t-shirt on underneath, and he had like a Hawaiian print shirt and a white pork pie hat, the milady fucking looking hat.
It was
His big beautiful beard, and he came out
with a lantern.
with a lantern on, with
Yep.
no other lights on. Everybody in the arena hit their phone lights so they could sway along with him. They had this evil voodoo swamp bayou cult thing going on, which came straight out of fucking.
You should play Resident Evil 7.
And
Actually, kinda, yeah.
We can. And they were on an undefeated streak until WrestleMania 30 in 2014 when John Cena beat Bray Wyatt. And then afterwards, his career took a bit of a twists and turns. He captured the
Wyatt family broke apart.
The Wyatt family broke apart. Bray Wyatt saw success. He captured the WWE title in 2017 before dropping it to Randy Orton at WrestleMania 33.
Wasn't
Damn.
that the fire match? The match where his compound got set?
No. This was a long time ago. This was in Orlando.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then, yeah, like I said, his career took a lot of twists and turns. They eventually took him off TV, and they repackaged him in 2019 as The Fiend.
Okay, just to get into that, right before he came off of TV, he was pairing in and out with Woken Matt Hardy.
Huh.
They teamed up, and apparently the weird, like, if you remember how Matt Hardy was doing his broken gimmick, how he's weird, like, possessed dude from another
Cuckoo for
dimension.
Cuckoo Pops.
Exactly. Like, he found a way to tap into the dark part of Bray Wyatt, and it turns out that the two were kindred spirits. They knew each other from the past.
And
This
they
is some
formed
Shin Megami Tensei
and they
shit
formed
here.
a tag team literally called the Deleter of Worlds.
Yeah, no, the leaders of the leaders of worlds.
The Deleters of Worlds.
Because Bray Wyatt used to be known as the Eater of Worlds, and obviously, Woken Matt Hardy would delete you.
Delete!
Okay, etc.
He decided to recreate his
They had
favorite Death Note episodes.
Then they had a match, or was it before that? After anyway, there was a match between the two of them, and
The final deletion match.
yes, and
Yes.
Bray Wyatt was thrown in Matt Hardy's estate into the lake of resurrection, was it, or
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation, where
Wait, you showed me that one. It was
Yes.
pretty good.
where
I
the
got-
evil of Bray
I'm
Wyatt
pretty
was
sure
stripped
I'm
from
pretty
the
sure
good
that
of
guy
him.
nearly drowned for real, though.
And that's when that's when Bray Wyatt took his break, and then he came back as the children's show version of him, and then the
When
Fiend
he started making
version.
those. Honestly, I think the best part is that was on purpose because it felt like an imitation of those old school 90s horror movies. You know, like Halloween, Freddy, Jason, The Fiend. Some
Like-
crazy hillbilly that role plays as a children's show hosts.
Oh, no.
It
yeah.
worked for me.
That was like his nice side after he was rehabilitated or whatever by Matt Hardy, and his dark side was him in this grotesque leather mask of death.
It looked
It
like
looked
a demented
hardcore.
clown.
With the beard, though.
No, no beard.
That was before the beard?
No, after the beard.
He cut the beard off.
Oh.
The beard was shaved down, so he would look more like the the kid show guy with the freaking cardigan sweater and his hair braided but pulled back.
He was doing Blue's Clues. The clues are your
Kind of.
body parts. Good
Oh
shit.
Exactly.
God, the Firefly Funhouse segments were amazing.
It was so much fun. It was so
I like
stupid.
the fact
I
how
loved it.
well he played it because you could tell that he was leaning into that character as hard as humanly possible.
In fact, part of one of the people who were behind the creative ideas on developing the Fiend character was WWE Hall of Famer, the Phenom, The Undertaker.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Now, and the Fiend was white hot in 2019. He was undefeated. He captured the Universal title, and then the following year in 2020, in a Saudi Arabia show, WWE Crown Jewel, another major misstep. He lost the Universal title to a 50-plus-year-old legend, Bill Goldberg.
You remember we would show you the guy from the 90s, WCW, the dude jacked up, fucking his
You're
matches
going to
were
have
like
to narrow it down a little bit more.
All right,
Bald
he was
dude.
jacked up, and his matches were very short. All he does is
bald dude, goatee, looks like Steve Austin, but obviously not. He's got a tattoo on his arm.
Oh, that other guy.
That
yes.
other guy,
He
Goldberg.
He does a spear. He does a jackhammer,
and that's it.
and that's it.
Please take into account that I am the only one here that doesn't have an extensive history of knowing what exactly wrestling is about. So they're actually, I'm catching up to a lot of cultural enrichment from the United States.
Everyone was pissed off that happened, and
Yep.
that was horrible for Bray Wyatt.
After which point, the untimely passing of John Huber, who went to AEW at this point and renamed himself Brody Lee. He kicked the bucket regrettably
Near
late
the
last
end
year.
of December, yeah.
And Bray Wyatt, he had taken a sabbatical. He'd taken a break to mourn his friend, and he hadn't come back. And that's when they were like, okay, cutting the cord. He's gone.
Just like that?
It
Wait,
doesn't take
wait,
that
wait.
long to mourn somebody who's dead.
His
Get out of
last
here.
match was against Randy Orton at WrestleMania 37 here in Tampa, Florida.
When?
In April, and he lost to Randy Orton clean. It was
No interference, no joshing, no craziness.
Hey,
just
man, loss is loss. Sometimes you got to take that L. But still, come on. Brother is just trying to mourn the loss of a family member, and that's enough to sign the goddamn pink slip? That's it. I mean, it's
Bray Wyatt-
It's WWE. I'm not surprised they would take such an amazing decision.
No,
But
Bray
what the
Wyatt
fuck?
has been with the company for 12 years. Actually, before the Wyatt family, he was actually on TV in 2010 as a very bland character. You won't remember him because he was bland, but I do. Husky Harris, and he was part of the NXT faction called the Nexus, which at
That's
the
how-
time was led by
The
CM
what?
Punk.
Oh, no, the Nexus. Okay,
I'm
as in-
sorry. That sounds like some Yu-Gi-Oh! GX shit.
Okay, there was actually something stupid about that, but I'm going to fill you in on this. Fun fact. The last appearance that Bray Wyatt made as Husky Harris was when CM Punk was leading the Nexus, and he's like, you know what? You guys are pathetic. You're not winning any matches. You're making the rest of us look bad. You're making me look bad as your leader. I'm gonna need to discipline every one of you. Husky Harris, front and center. You got an attitude problem. I could tell there's a bit of darkness in you. I could tell that there's something waiting to come out, but you need to suffer for your loss. You need to suffer for your humiliation. So what he fucking has Husky Harris do, takes his shirt off, have him face his back. The CM Punk pulls out a giant leather strap and starts whipping him in the fucking back.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
like hazing, like
Okay,
a bad
this
hazing.
went from wrestling to hardcore S&M real quick.
Remember, this was 2010.
This went from wrestling to hardcore S&M
The
real
point
quick.
is the idea that they were trying to go for when Bray Wyatt came back, when he came out and debuted as Bray Wyatt, was that incident was the inciting moment of him tapping into the Bray Wyatt character. See, there is continuity. There is an
Now
origin
there is
story.
Now there is a pink
Now
slip.
there's an unemployment line.
And
So-
I looked up, and there wasn't much
Well,
news to
we
go.
gotta keep going.
Yeah, there wasn't much news to go around. But yes, he was the reason why he was released, and I hate it because there's always a reason. Literally, the WWE said budget cuts.
So expensive,
So
goddamn
we're
it.
finally getting to the point where we're throwing away resources to keep that line from turning red again, aren't we?
Yeah, and
Not even.
everybody,
Hey,
and
what's the
all
matter? Not enough blood to refresh your skin, Avens?
and everybody was shocked, including those in the WWE locker room, because it happened, and they were all praised Bray Wyatt for his work. And yeah, no, like I said, this was unexpected, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, Bray Wyatt has notoriety. I'm pretty sure he'll bounce back.
I mean,
Naturally.
should anybody truly have been shocked? For the last few years, we have known, as a matter of fact, that the WWE will happily toss your ass aside the moment you don't give golden results 100% of the time.
I think the shock,
and they'll throw you away even if you're doing your job right.
I think the shock was due to the fact that Bray Wyatt was supposed to be one of the giant main event players, and he was fresh out of a giant feud with Randy Orton.
They should have known. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe because this is a company that has made an habit of raising a farm of golden egg-laying geese and then killing them systematically one by one. And if you think you're safe just because you're on top, well, there you go. Complete proof that the fact that this company will happily grab your ass and toss it aside. Not even your most popular entertainers will be able to. Isn't this like, okay, how do I put this? Isn't this like Marvel just going, hey, Chris Evans, fuck off?
Well, we can get to that. We can get to that specific aspect.
But yeah, no,
you know what?
it feels like a Marvel studio looking at his recognizable face and just going, fuck it, we don't need Chris Pratt that much. Get out.
You know what? We want to hear what you folks think. Let us know in the comments on our streams. Like I said, we're live streaming and simulcasting on Twitch and YouTube. And of course, when you see the replay, you'll see this entire discussion. We want to hear what you think. Obviously, we're pissed off at the loss of Bray Wyatt in the WWE. He's going to clearly go somewhere else. Everyone's saying he's going to go to AEW.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not really surprised.
But truthfully, like, what the hell are these guys thinking?
Money. That's your answer. Literally, I cannot have enough naked women in my bed. I am not swimming in dollar bills like fucking Scrooge McDuck. We got a problem. Cut those motherfuckers out.
Real quick on the chat. Let's see, Bunda, he's gone off over here.
Damn, Bunda.
Let's see here. The Fiend was a failure the minute I saw it. Sweater Bray Wyatt would have worked. He could have played the prick role. Actually, that would have been a nice little thing. Just have him be sort of nicey guy. Hey, guess what? You've been a bad boy. I'm going to fuck you up.
That would have actually worked more creepy than the actual theme.
I think this is for the best. All of Bray Wyatt's stuff was cringe. They had to put him in gimmick matches to hide how short and slow and fat he is. He wasn't really short.
Bunda talking some shit.
Damn.
Like, what was that Hell in a Cell match he had in the red cell? That the whole match was dark. That was bad. Not to mention his finisher was awful. The Sister Abigail.
The what?
Yeah, he calls his finishing move the Sister Abigail.
That sounds like a finishing move that should be good.
It should, but it ain't apparently.
Damn, that's too bad. I was hoping that with all that work, he would have actually, lived up to his own reputation.
Also, we've got folks on the Twitch chat. I don't know how serious these folks are
that
being.
line is that last one. No, that last one is pretty good. I like that one.
All right, from GC_sheesh. I'm looking at 3 stages of hair loss.
Perfect.
You got me with full hair, Angel
Halfway
with buzz
through,
down, and Jose
it
with
is gone.
Yep.
Our
Also,
souls.
who the fuck? Yorkie UK. Guy in the middle stole Alvin and the Chipmunks. Homie's got shades to block out the haters. Okay. How did he steal Alvin and the Chipmunks?
The bad guy from the first movie of Alvin and the Shield
gotta-
comes kind of looks like a grown-up version
Yeah,
of
the other comments are just so stupid.
Yeah, no, this other commentary is okay. You're not be fucking okay.
Okay.
Nah,
good.
not today, thanks.
No, I'm not even gonna grace that with a fucking response. Yorkie UK, you can take that shit elsewhere.
Fuck off. There, that's all I
Don't
gotta say.
take it so seriously.
No, I'm not
It's
gonna
just
take
the
it
internet,
seriously.
baby.
Yeah,
Well, no, it's like, really? Come on. We're over here talking about geek news. We're here talking about geek culture.
Guys, relax. They are the heel and we are the face. It's all good. Just keep on running, babe.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on and get over to the next important stuff.
Yep,
here.
we were mentioning how Angel was mentioning how the entire situation of how Bray Wyatt was let go was like these guys killing their golden geese is similar to Marvel fucking firing Chris Evans, which you're close. Well, they did the next best thing. They basically disrespected Scarlett Johansson, the leading lady of the MCU.
Oh boy.
Now, a bit of context for all of you.
For-
As you know, stars like Scarlett Johansson and Emma Stone, who is also about to get into
Let's
this
not
fun
worry
fact,
about Emma Stone yet.
basically they have a specific kind of contract where their massive salary depends on the box office returns. The idea is that the movie is going to be only in theaters for a certain amount of time, and for that time makes the bulk of their money, and then after that it will go to streamer services where they don't get paid for that, essentially.
Right,
And
exactly. That's
then
exactly it.
Disney
However,
decided that it was time to Disney as hard as Disney possibly could.
go fuck yourself, bitch.
That's
God.
our job.
Go ahead.
Fuck with our money.
Yeah.
So it was reported earlier this week by the New York Times, of all fucking places. Yes, this is up on the New York Times. Scarlett Johansson and her representation have decided to file a lawsuit against Disney for the loss of revenue on the simultaneous streaming release of Black Widow.
It would seem.
It was supposedly, apparently in the statements made by her lawyers, she was guaranteed that the movie was going to release exclusively in theaters for at least the first 120 days of its release. And then they could simultaneously put it up on streaming. But Disney, being Disney, went ahead and put it out on the same day.
Of course. So they basically violated the terms of contract, and they essentially said, nah, we're just going to do that. And of course, and don't forget that their response to her accusation was the most goddamn tone deaf.
How dare she be so selfish right now in the middle of a pandemic?
They are literally accusing. There is
we're in a pandemic.
There is moving the goalposts, and then there is putting a missile on them and shooting them to the other side of the sea. Because that's what they did. She's literally going, "You promised me my money. You're not paying me my money." And their response is literally, "But the COVID though." How the fuck do you explain that?
COVID though.
That is so absolutely stupid. No. They gave her a promise. They gave her an expectation, and they have to. And as such, because it's also written in on plain ink, they have to live up to that expectation.
To be fair, this is not the first time Disney has screwed over a contract. Well, lest we forget what they did to our boy, the genie.
That would be back in the
Robin Williams.
All right.
Yeah, the fact is that means that they've been doing it since back in the fucking 90s.
Okay.
But yeah, give them a little history lesson.
Long story short, when Robin Williams agreed to join the cast of Aladdin to voice the genie, the irrepressible, iconic genie of the lamp, he specifically said, "Okay, I'll do this, but I don't want to be used for marketing, and I don't want to be used for promoting the movie as hard as it is. I'm a side character. I'm not that big a deal."
Well, no. He was a main character, but his main purpose is he didn't want him, the big-time actual actor, to overshadow the presence of the voice actors that were doing just as much work as he was. Disney screwed him over in every single fucking point of their contract.
They used his name everywhere. They used the likeness of the genie every fucking where.
No, I understand the likeness, but the fact that
no. He specifically said don't use the likeness of the genie every fucking where.
No, too late. We're doing that.
Like 95% of the image of every poster of Aladdin was the genie.
By the way,
then you see Aladdin and Jasmine in these tiny little stick figures.
In case you think that this is like a seldom thing, in the most recent Space Jam movie, notice how they credited all the characters as the characters except Lola Boney.
Voiced by Zendaya.
The Zendaya is as big as the actual title of the character.
Yeah.
Disney has been doing this for a long time. And they are more than adept at the idea of promising you something and then telling you fuck off.
So the one thing that was actually done right, and this is a fun fact here, Angel, and Jose, you probably know this, but probably not. In the case of Robin Williams, they eventually did do right by him, because what they wound up doing is this. Like, okay, we want to do an Aladdin TV series, but Robin Williams is not coming back. We pissed him off.
Let's hire Homer Simpson.
Let's hire Homer Simpson. Dan Castellaneta.
To his credit, I feel like he did a pretty decent job.
He did all right.
Yeah.
And he voiced the genie in the pilot episode / sequel direct-to-video movie,
Yeah.
The Return of Jafar.
That
and the Aladdin TV series. However, in the third Aladdin movie, Aladdin and the King of Thieves, Robin Williams returned as the genie this time.
Huh.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, we knew, but
actually, no,
why,
I didn't,
though?
because when I saw
You
them
know
in
why?
Cuba, they were in Spanish dub.
No,
Okay.
but why?
They got the same dude for all of them.
Yeah, they had the same dude for all.
It
But
was
Robin
Goku,
Williams
I think.
came back for it. Basically, the director of the Disney Animation Studios, who was in charge of all this stuff. Fuck.
You okay, man?
Something in my throat. This is empty.
Please do not die.
They basically went to Robin Williams and said, Robin, I'm sorry. No, I okay, dude, we're really, really sorry. Okay. You gotta understand, we did business. I did business with you, Sonny Boy, and you have to understand that we had a deal. We had a handshake agreement. You shook my hand, I shook yours, and I thought we were doing a gentleman's agreement, but you did not do that. You did not hold up your end of the deal. What kind of deal is that? There's no deal or every deal, and you did not hold up your end of the deal. Can you slow down for a minute? I only have one speed, son. You gotta keep up.
Well, the
But,
animation,
sir,
the animators in the original
could you-
movie pretty much lost their hands because of that guy.
Could you come back for the last? I'm sorry. What? Could you speak louder, Sonny? Could you please come back one more time as the genie? Please. See, all you have to do is ask. I'm like Robin Williams is too sweet of a guy.
He's a cool dude.
He was like we
Well,
lost him,
he was.
and god damn it, he was too good for this world.
He was far too
But he was
good.
kind-hearted and shit, and wasn't
I mean, think about it. The dude was purposely taking less paycheck for the Disney original movie because he wanted to make sure that his big Hollywood presence didn't overshadow the actual voice actors. And, well, sadly, he's dealing with corporate. And corporate is staffed by assholes. So here we are.
Yes, and
Well,
on
to
to
be
something.
And then they kept doing it.
To be perfectly fair, though, when he came back for Aladdin and the King of Thieves, he wasn't the only big-name star on there.
Yeah.
The father of Aladdin, who played Qasim, the King of Thieves, was voiced by Mr. John Rhys Davies.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, number one,
Color me surprised.
Gimli
I
in the
didn't
Lord
know-
of the Rings movies.
I honestly didn't know that.
Number two, he was also Indiana Jones's friend, Salah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So obviously he's a man. He's an.
You were
epic
named
actor.
after a dog.
You were named after the dog.
Regardless, the point we're getting
So-
into here is not the inherent niceness of Mr. Williams. It's the fact that Disney has a long history of
Of
promising one thing and then giving you another.
Now, folks have actually been trying to turn the argument of, oh, Scarlett Johansson is trying to milk it out because she didn't get enough millions of dollars. How dare she try to be so greedy? This reminds me of a freaking post. I spoke about this with Angel. There's a thread that's out there from a news article that said Jeff Bezos, the owner and CEO of Amazon, is
Oh,
set
God,
to become
him.
the world's first trillionaire. John Boyega,
Criticize
our
that
boy,
shit.
criticizing him. Like, dude, this is why a billionaire should be allowed. Some fucking dipshit underneath him said, you know when they say eat the rich, they mean you too, Mr. $6 million. I'm like,
Listen, I'm going to go ahead and
Motherfucker.
guess that the actor that earned $6 million is slightly lower on the shit totem than the guy that makes trillions of dollars by treating his workers like disposable garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know Mr. Boyega. I don't know what kind of person he is offset. But I like to think that he's slightly more morally upstanding than the guy that has fucking...
He is way
the
more
guy that has
morally upstanding.
dedicated moral breakdown rooms in his factories.
Now,
so
yeah.
so the
that
point,
is Saturday morning cartoon evil.
So the point that I'm trying to make on this is that, okay, Scarlett Johansson, she's trying to get $20 million out of
Because
Disney.
he was promised $20
She
million.
was she was promised like 50 or something, or 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she didn't make that amount, and nor did.
Now, listen, if the movie wasn't a spectacular failure that basically became a negative net worth, I may understand that. But the point is, the movie was, despite whatever flaws it may have, not a massive failure.
No,
No,
it was
not even
good.
close.
So the least you could do is pay your actors the amount that you promised them. If you weren't expecting that, then next time negotiate a better contract, dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. It was a legal contract. They are legally bound, and when you are bound, you have expectations. There are conditions that have to be met.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we set up all these extra conditions on the side here, just in case.
So
Now that-
and you can't say that Scarlett Johansson didn't earn that fucking money.
No,
she
she
was
did part.
she weaved into every one of the main Avenger trilogies. There was, the Iron Man trilogy. So you slipped into number 2.
I
the
want
Thor,
one.
The Thor trilogy. She showed up in Ragnarok to
Yes, she
help
did.
Bruce Banner return from the Hulk. And the Captain America trilogy. She was in Civil War and the Winter Soldier.
She was
a
very
key
important.
element.
Remember when she almost ended the movie 15 minutes in?
Yes.
Yeah.
She, like, 1 inch higher, the movie ends right there and then.
And of
That
course,
would've
she
been
was in all the Avengers movies.
Point in case is she has earned her reputation and fame. So when you drive a contract with her, if you tell her you're going to pay her this much, the least you could
pay.
do is pay her that much.
She deserves respect.
But I'll be honest with you, I am a more selfish person than everybody in this room combined. I don't...
It's true.
Rich person being mad at not getting all their money. Yeah, no, I understand. If I didn't, because even if she's more rich than me, I would understand that if I was working and somehow my boss found a way to screw me out of a third of my paycheck, I would be very fucking upset.
Yes.
I'd be pissed off too.
Also,
So
I just
actually,
want
yes.
Disney to get their asses kicked right now because I don't like them very much right now.
No, nobody does. And yes, money is important, but what's most important about all this is keeping to your word.
Well, see, the thing is that these guys can't keep to their word. They're businessmen. That's why they draw contracts. In this case, it's keeping to your fucking contract.
Well, yeah.
I think they would at least be able to hold on to the very closest that they wrote down. I wonder what kind of idiotic idea, because you notice that the response wasn't really defending themselves in any way, shape, or
No,
form.
it wasn't. It was trying to deflect the blame.
They're deflecting blame. Like, dude, if this shit goes to court, you're going to have to get the lawyers involved. And something tells me you're going to lose more money not giving her money.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that brings me up to another point. Like, go on.
I know what you're going to do, but can we actually bring it directly? Gentlemen, what does Mr. Billy Mays say usually in this?
But wait,
there's
there's
more!
more!
It's not just Scarlett Johansson now. After the announcement of this lawsuit, we've got Emma Stone, who played Cruella DeVille in the live-action Cruella origin movie. That
I'm still
came
going to
out.
watch it because that appearance of Cruella looks sick.
Please do.
And
Trust
Emily
me, you'll have
Blunt,
fun.
who just came out with Rock the Dwayne Johnson in the movie Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Was that Disney too?
That's
Yes.
Disney.
Are
too.
they also getting fucked? Yes, they are.
Yes,
They're
they are.
actually going in and looking at their contracts to try to see, like, you know what? I think we need to sue them too.
Yeah, I think we're getting screwed.
Now,
and it makes
I was
sense.
going to get into a little bit of speculation of how Disney is going to handle this. Like, since they're such a major big corporation, they can either continue to deflect the blame, or if they choose to reach some sort of settlement, settle out
They
of court
will
and just
most
give them
likely.
some sort of like big.
They
paycheck.
will most likely go for the settlement because I don't think they want to lose the stars that can continue to make them almost infinite money.
Yes, if
They
they,
made them infinite money out of the Infinity Saga.
Exactly.
yes.
Ah,
A settlement would be a better alternative because if they take this to court and they lose, and I guarantee you they will lose,
they'll lose more money, not just in the money they owe her, but the legal fees. Her lawyers ain't cheap, son.
the Black Widow will collect damages.
Yeah, and throats. Those are going to get sliced.
And spin kicks.
Now, mind you, whether this actually turns out good
So
or
many spin
ill,
kicks.
because the way I see it is either Disney wins this one and, okay, so assuming they lose, congratulations. You got to pay them back exactly what you did, plus whatever else the old lawyer manages to sneak in there. Now, assuming that they decide to bring the full force of their infinite lawyer team upon the accusers in this case, first off, you're going to spend a shit ton of money on those lawyers. And assuming that you lose, what does that mean when that means that actor will not want to work for you anymore?
Yeah.
Go fucking figure.
Great job, Disney.
Bro, all
You've
you have
just
to-
guaranteed that the original Black Widow will never, ever, even in a flashback segment, will ever come back to the Marvel
Like,
Cinematic
why would they
Universe.
work for you when they know for a fact that the moment that you feel a convenience, you will just slice their salary in half? Even if you're rich, or listen, rich or poor, surely we can all come together and agree with it ain't happy when somebody fucks with your salary. Okay?
If there's
Listen.
one thing that I've learned in my life, and you could take this from Dave Chappelle too, you do not fuck with a man's cash.
Yeah.
In this case, you don't fuck with the widow's cash.
Surely we can all listen. I know that there is a disparity between rich and poor in this country that keeps getting bigger for some reason. But surely we can all come together, put aside our differences, and go, that's my bread and butter you're fucking with.
So, folks, what do you... Yeah.
So, you got to remember, she's not just supporting herself with this stuff. She probably has enough money in her own bank account that she may never need to work for the rest of her life, and she'll have earned every single penny on it. But she does it anyway because she also has other people who work for her. There's her legal counsel, her management. She's got family. She's got people that are specifically.
And more
dedicated
importantly,
to her.
that guy that has the polisher specifically made for her butt cheeks.
She's
God.
she's also speaking out for all the other actors that have worked for Disney on
No. Sorry, no.
Oh God. They've also been mistreated. They've also been mistreated in their contracts as well. But folks, what do you think about what's going on right now between Disney and Scarlett Johansson?
Don't
do you
forget-
agree with either side? I hope you don't agree with Disney's side.
Now. We're not making them take sides. We just know we're right. But, you know, they have the
But
right
let
to
us
decide.
know in the comments below.
Yes,
Of course.
please.
Just
let us-
don't forget, if they can do this to Scarlett Johansson, what do you think they're doing to other more less known actors?
Speaking about comments, what's being said right now on YouTube? Hang on a second.
Yes, I agree.
me
She
two-
has an amazing pair of asses.
Give me 2 seconds over here. Real quick on the YouTube chat, Mimi, asking, are you guys going to bring up the shit that happened yesterday, especially Chris Chan? Actually, no, not tonight.
No.
The Chris Chan incident, I would actually like to come back on the Black Files and cover that.
Yes.
It's all right.
It just happened, but honestly, this feels less like pop culture and more like, oh, hey,
It's internet cringe.
today in true crime.
Yes.
And Mimi saying Disney failed to live up to her expectations. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
had
did.
a contract and they broke it.
But yes, we'll discuss the Christian thing on Wednesday
Also-
because right now, let's be honest, it's just pouring information. We want to wait until it's all wrapped up.
Also, Lady Baron on the chat.
Hello.
Hey, Lady Baron, thank you for joining us tonight. Saying heard Emma Stone is considering to do the same thing over
Yeah.
the Cruella movie. Yeah, no.
Honestly, she should sue the writing team over how fucking horrible that movie was.
The fact of the matter is, the Cruella movie, it has its problems.
It has its problems,
But
and there
if they-
are people that still like it.
No,
I
but
know.
here's what's
I
up.
call those people mentally challenged.
No, okay, no, that's
God.
not even it. The point is, if Emma Stone and her people had a similar deal that we had with Scarlett Johansson,
It's-
obviously it'd be in smaller magnitudes. The Cruella movie is not a Marvel MCU
It's not a big
movie,
blockbuster.
but it's still a
announcer.
contract with Disney. As like,
It's
okay,
also a property of Disney, Dalmatians and all that.
it's and
Don't you know they're gonna trademark the Dalmatian dog? You can't own one anymore.
fuck that. No, the
But
point
go
is,
on.
if they've got a deal, they have to own up to their deal. If they did not open up to their deal, they have to make reparation on it. And if they don't, then these actors and actresses have the right to sue the shit out of you.
Yeah, like me, how the fuck do you defend from I violated the rules that I myself put down on paper?
Your mascot may be the mouse, but it's the actors that will collect the cheese.
The actor, the mascot might be a mouse, but it looks like all this time we were wrong. It was actually a rat.
Oh, that was better than what I said.
No, dude, actually, both of what you guys said. What you said is what you said. What do you call it?
Choice.
Your mascot may be the mouse,
But it's the actors who
who collect the cheese. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Very much.
We seem to be entering a period of complete disillusionment with big companies lately, haven't we?
Yes, we have,
Well,
and it's always ridiculous. Like just because they're such a major corporation and they generate lots of revenue annually,
They think that they could get away with anything.
Yeah.
They think they can get away with
The fact
theft.
that they have gotten away with everything for a while now has simply bolstered their misguided arrogance.
yeah,
And of course, that just leads us to the latest update. And I'm gonna have Angel go ahead and take the lead this time.
Angel is
with
gonna.
the crazy shit going on with the Activision controversies.
So let's
Activision
talk
Blizzard.
about Blizzard first.
Yeah.
Boo!
Well,
Blizzard! Boo!
Well,
Boo on
I
you,
was-
man!
Yeah, go ahead and give us the follow up.
All right, people. So, as you know, Blizzard, and specifically Activision Blizzard, has been coming under fire for their horrible business practices and treating their consumers like shit.
Absolute garbage.
Ever since that incredibly faithful Blizzard presentation, where people were asked the most important question in their lives, don't you guys have phones?
Fuck you,
Followed by the most important question ever, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
motherfuck.
Long story short, Blizzard has been essentially coming down with their own personal version of COVID. Everything is dying from the inside and they can't seem to stop vomiting blood.
Right.
Their products are going on quality and the fandom is leaving them for another MMO. By the way, do you know that you can play Final Fantasy XIV with the award-winning expansion of Heavenworld completely free until level 60? What the fuck was
Sign up today.
Anyway, so it appears that, as you know, recently information has come down on the Blizzard suit, as in the entire state of California is telling Blizzard to get their shit together because there has been severe abuse in the workplace. And it appears that, based on what I
So
found,
much to the point, by the way, I don't think we actually covered it, that one female employee of Activision was
Committed.
harassed in such a degree,
that she committed suicide.
she offed herself. She punched
So,
the
yeah.
clock, motherfuckers.
And now, here's the part that everybody was expecting, but somehow people are surprised by. This shit has been happening for some time now.
Go on.
According to our good boys in The Gamer, thank you kindly for this information, an Activision employee was charged with setting up secret cameras in a company bathroom in 2018.
3 years ago.
A report from 3 years
God!
ago has surfaced in which an Activision IT worker was fired by the company after installing secret cameras in the company bathroom. This information continues to emerge around the Activision Blizzard and what allegedly goes on behind the scenes of the publisher. This began with a lawsuit filed against the studio by the state of California, which has prompted many employees to do a walkout in response to the company's reaction to the filing and information about a room Activision Blizzard referred to as the Cosby Suite.
Excuse me?
Yes, there was a room in the Blizzard company called the Cosby Suite. I will leave your imagination to figure out what the fuck is going on
The
in there.
Cosby Suite.
They do with the brain damage, the hip.
Wait, didn't I pull up I just pulled up a news article that had a picture of like a bunch of guys with a
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what
it?
they were. That was what it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was a picture.
What?
They were posing with it.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay,
And that was
send
3
me
years
the
ago.
article. I actually want to see this, Angel.
Yeah.
The police were first made aware of the issue when an Activision employer showed up at the station to report that the cameras had been found in the company bathroom. Court documents read that the unnamed employee had received an email from Activision's HR department informing them that an unauthorized monitoring device had been installed in the unisex bathrooms and that Activision was doing internal investigation. Have you ever heard more useless words than internal investigation?
Yeah.
I haven't investigated myself and I found myself innocent. Prepare to hear that.
No, for real, Angel. Go ahead and send me the
I
article.
just did.
Please. Oh, you
Yeah.
sent it to me. Thank you, Joe.
The detective who worked on the case, that has since retired, discovered that there were cameras placed so that they were facing toward the toilets. Activision's own investigation discovered that Nixon had recently purchased waterproof
my fucking
cameras
God.
as well as battery packs compatible with the devices. When Nixon was confronted by the employees, he deleted all the footage. Nixon was given a suspended prison sentence after pleading guilty to interference with privacy. It also alleged that the later breached his parole, which resulted in him having to partake in sex offender treatment. Activision terminated Nixon as soon as he was discovered to have been the one responsible for placing the cameras. The company offered crisis counseling to the employers and increased security measures as a result. Now we know, 3 years later, that terminating the employee was not the company getting rid of a parasite. It was the company covering their own ass. Because they were afraid that it would reveal worse things. And you know what? This is the best part, because a year ago we predicted this. Remember what happened to Mr. Flynn? Quinton Flynn was fired over the sexual allegations. And not only was he fired, the lines of the character he voiced were rewritten and basically he was persona non grata. And even after he proved himself innocent of that particular case, they never took him back. Now we simply specified, oh, must be like the reputation thing. You know, the company doesn't want to tarnish. No,
motherfucker.
It had nothing to do with reputation.
They were just no. It's just like, oh no, we can't be associated with you over here. You're a bad guy. You're over here. You're harassing women. You're harassing and you're groping women. And
hey, man, listen.
You're harassing women, man.
I know a bird shit on my shoe.
You're harassing women, man. We can't have you see you do that.
I know a bird just crapped on my shoe.
You're a bad man.
I know
you're a bad man.
Listen, I know a seagull just flew by.
Hey, baby, can you just bend over real quick? There we go, baby.
Listen, I know that a seagull...
You're bad.
I know a seagull just crapped on my shoulder, but what's that giant pile of Jurassic Park-sized shit behind you?
You're bad, man. You're a bad person.
That's basically what happened. And now the report has gone to record. The California case has shown that, according to the reports inside the building, they have what can only be described as a frat house party atmosphere. As in, employees are coming in completely fucking wasted, drunk, and playing video games inside the building instead of actually working on video games. And there has been several reports of sexual harassment on the female employees. But wait, there's more.
Go on.
On top of the harassment, because, you know, things cannot get bad enough
Seriously?
if you're a woman working at Blizzard, there has been reports of several senior workers who got passed over by promotions just because they were women, and there has been actual, supposedly, evidence of pay disparagement.
I think we talked. No, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, an actual wage gap.
No, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, we did actually discuss this last week. But
so we have this, and we have proof of the fact that this has been going on for a long time. And now, just to cap it off, we have notifications that the lady that committed suicide was convinced to go on an extended work retreat with the co-worker, or supposedly her superior, who may have been the one that was doing the harassing. So we took a female worker that was being harassed and sent her on a company vacation with the guy that was harassing her. This is like putting a fucking rapist in a woman's prison and giving him a pack of condoms.
No, it's worse than that. It's
much worse.
It's so okay. I don't even have the fucking words for this.
There is no metaphor we can make. This is just
fuck.
This is crimes. Crimes have been happening inside those buildings.
They're doing crimes all the
against
time.
humanity.
Listen.
Well, not against humanity, but no, it's a crime against another human being.
It's a crime against your fellow woman.
God.
Yes.
Like, bro, the worst part is, though, this is supposed to be like a fucking dream job. And they use the culture of it being a dream job to get away with it.
Aren't you grateful you're working
Aren't
for
you
us?
happy that after all these
Aren't
years
you
you're
happy?
working on Blizzard?
Aren't you happy you're with Activision Blizzard? Don't you know how people love us? We got WoW. We got WoW. Everyone loves WoW. Don't you love WoW?
Normally,
Ow!
when you go to a job,
Motherfucks.
there's always those when a company gets big enough, there's always those fuckers that somehow, slide through the cracks of the hiring process when everybody else, somebody would just throw their application away.
Yeah.
And they end up in this company. And if those people get in a position of power, you can tell when they immediately start to abuse their immunity because they feel and they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guess what the response was to these accusations?
What? Oh God. Well,
But-
How
by the
did
way,
they
why
respond?
are you
Fair
over
warning,
here? They
because
gotta
I
see.
like seeing your reaction. It
All
makes me
right.
laugh.
What
Well,
statement
reaction-
So
did they
guess
release?
what the fun part is? Oh, statement. Fuck you. No statements.
There wasn't a statement. What
To
was the
begin
response?
with, no, there was a statement, and they basically said that how dare you tie the death of this coworker to this situation? That is incredibly inappropriate. It is bad for the person and their family and loved ones. And I'm just sitting here like,
This motherfucker's dead,
yeah,
and it's y'all's fault.
yeah.
Yeah.
But because, by the way, this is coming on the wake of Blizzard's release of the most recent patch of World of Warcraft, which is considered to be lackluster at best. And we have received, we're getting statements saying that the people that work at Blizzard are not even working on the fucking games that are supposed to be released. They're getting
God.
drunk and grabbing tits instead. And I'm like, listen, bro, there is a time and place to get drunk and grab tits. The workspace is not a space to get drunk and grab tits.
And you don't grab your coworkers' tits.
There's a very big fucking boundary that has been clearly crossed, and we are seeing cases of shit. You would see this in fucking the Babylon Bee would post something like this. The Onion would post something like this. Are we going out of their way to put them out of work? Because it feels like it. So this is coming on the wake of Blizzard releasing a shoddy, lackluster product that made a lot of people abandon the game and go to Final Fantasy XIV instead, or any other MMO they could find. This comes on the part that a bunch of gamers are doing a protest inside Blizzard, and many of them have ended their subscriptions because they don't want to deal with this shit anymore. And the part that hurts me the most, the music composer for Blizzard, who has composed some of the most beautiful pieces of music that game has, put on his bio on Twitter, I feel like I wasted the last 12 years of my life. Imagine that you dedicate a decade of your life and talent to work for a company only to see that they are essentially a sex traffic ring in the background.
Fucking assholes, bro.
It just gets worse with every single news, and the response is to not only try to brush her death under the rug. They released this empty, bland statement. Yeah, they released this empty, bland statement filled with buzzwords, and they took one NPC from the game and replaced it with a female NPC. It was an action so shoddy and devoid of effort that the NPC's name might as well be Mac Doesn't Exist. Her model even looks worse than the dude they replaced with it.
God almighty.
This is all they done. Listen, I understand that some people make their living streaming World of Warcraft. I will not fault them for trying to make a living. I understand.
Right.
But I would actively encourage anybody who's playing that game to just quit.
Just quit.
You know what they say? Talk with your wallet. Stop paying Blizzard for your shit.
Yeah, no.
Stop buying their shit. They don't deserve that you buy their products because clearly they don't value their workers and they don't value their fans.
We mentioned that last week.
I think we talked about this, and we even did like an estimation on math on how much money they would
Yeah.
lose.
Last week, yeah.
The point is, they don't deserve it.
No,
The
they
people that have paid those subscriptions for World of Warcraft, this is what they think of you. They have given you a shoddy, lackluster product, and they treat their employees like fucking toys to throw aside and use. Their employees are pieces of shit inside their employees, and the people in charge are pieces of shit. They do the minimum bare, and they expect you to sit there, smile, and take it. No. The company got too big to think they could ever fail, and they have done nothing but fail ever since.
That seems to be the ongoing trend of what we've been talking about lately with these different topics.
It just keeps
something
repeating
being
itself.
Too big to fail.
But folks, we want to hear what you think. We want to know your take on this update in the Activision lawsuit. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on the stream over here if you're watching live. Let us know in the comments below if you're watching the replay. Obviously, this Activision Blizzard lawsuit is not going anywhere anytime soon, but we're going to continue being on top of this shit while this motherfucker develops. And we just want to continue staying on it because people have died. People have been harmed.
A person is dead. 6 feet under. This is an ex-woman now.
It's an ex-human being. It is now worm's meat. And that is the most fucked up thing about it.
Yeah, like the process, Blizzard is removing unspecified inappropriate references from World of Warcraft.
Oh, fuck them.
They
You know
have
what?
vowed to remove references that are not appropriate for our world in the coming days, following California's major sexual harassment and warped. This is like going, yo, dude. Okay, imagine working in a car sales shop, right?
Yep.
You're a car salesman, and you just found out that your boss and your boss's boss has been sexually harassing the female coworkers. And their response to the accusation is, you know what? These stickers that I put on this sport car are very insulting to a very specific minority. I'm going to remove them. Problem solved.
That is
No.
Problem solved.
no.
It's okay. We're not insulting the gays anymore. Honk.
No.
No, fuck
Dude,
that
the
shit.
fuck
You know
that.
what? No.
Do
No.
you want to visit the Bill Cosby room?
Get the fuck
Get
out.
the fuck out of here. And you know what? If they lose money, then good. Great. I
No.
want to see them go under.
Now, thankfully, not everything is fire and brimstone in the video game industry. Thankfully, we've got some good news that's going on. Well, I guess you could consider it good news, but the fact of the matter is that it was.
It's good in terms
it's
of making
good.
us laugh.
It's good in terms of making us laugh, but it also shows there's progress.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
I want to take a minute real quick tonight to actually thank a friend of ours, a friend of the Ravens flock, Crazy Kenna Cosplay, who
Thanks,
actually
Ken.
clued me in on what was going on, and then we went ahead and looked at the articles about this that came out yesterday. So anyone who is on the opposite end of the spectrum, instead of the PC master race, we've got the Xbox bros,
As you
who
know,
are looking forward to the next installment of their flagship proprietary mascot series,
Halo.
Halo Infinite is coming out.
As you know, the beta for the game was released on the 29th of July to a
select-
screaming throng of eager fans.
Not just eager fans, it was also exclusive. You had to be invited
Exclusive.
to take part of the multiplayer beta testing session that 343 Industries and Microsoft were hosting for this game.
Yes.
The bit of it was, in order to access this, you have to have an account on what's called the Halo Waypoint app.
Okay.
That's basically their online multiplayer community for the Halo video games.
Right.
It's like activating your Bethesda account.
It's-
Get goodies in Doom Eternal.
You can tell that people were excited for this.
Dude.
You can tell that folks were super hyped.
For the record,
for this.
please remember that Halo Infinite, after a somewhat hilarious presentation of the first trailer and demo, decided to delay the game so they could work on their bugs and, refine the gaming experience for the public to make sure that it would be as good as possible.
And what are we met with instead? Yesterday, this past Friday, when the beta opened up for the invited players to go in and try out, no one could access it.
Oh,
It-
yeah.
Crashed.
Allow me
The
to
waypoint system was so overloaded with people trying to get in that they couldn't.
Reminds me of that
the reason
Pokemon Go fan fest.
The reason why I know this it specifically was, like I mentioned, our friend Crazy Kenna Cosplay, her boyfriend, who's also a cosplayer.
Yes.
He goes by Karn Evil of Fun. He cosplays the Joker.
That's pretty good.
He got one of these invites to join in on this, and he was swearing up a shitstorm when Waypoint crashed. Apparently,
I guess Joker wasn't allowed to partake in society.
Now,
damn it!
Now, I actually pulled up an article here.
Thank you
from-
guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much
for
appreciated.
the
Thank you
news.
so much.
Now,
And we did the homework on it afterwards. Jose, go ahead and fill us in.
Yes, according to an article from Newsweek by Harrison Abbott that was posted yesterday. Yes, the headline reads: Halo Infinite plagued with bugs preventing Xbox fans from joining the beta. a constant pending error has left some Xbox players unable to join the new Halo Infinite flight test. Now, as a quick recap, the flight test is essentially Halo Infinite's version of a multiplayer beta. Those who enrolled on the Insider program using the Waypoint app, as Juan mentioned earlier, were considered as potential candidates and have been receiving email notifications over the past few days letting them know if their applications were successful. Various criteria were involved in selecting who would get to participate. Among other things, the website asked typical users to supply details on the typical availability, which platforms they own, where they live, and how familiar they are with the franchise itself.
And their social security numbers and credit cards and grandma's identification business dress.
This data helped inform developer 343 Industries when it came to selecting players for the beta. After all, they need players from all access here. Let me go ahead and skip ahead to the main
We have to make
problem.
sure we got the biggest possible shields for this.
Yes, the beta is designed to stress test the Halo Infinite servers, identify balancing issues that crop up in
that was a
multiplayer
stressful
matches.
test, all right.
Let me continue. Identify balancing issues that crop up in multiplayer matches and pinpoint any technical glitches before the title launches later this year.
Technical glitch number 1. Press start. Shit breaks.
Shit bricks.
A lot of bugs have been discovered already, although they are not what you might expect. Rather than experiencing system crashes, strange graphical errors, or gameplay quirks that can be exploited for an easy win, the main issues...
Sorry about that.
The main issues that are being reported at the moment relate to joining the flight test itself.
So, exactly what Angel said.
Now.
You can't even get in the door. That's the worst part. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to find out whether or not y'all motherfuckers are even letting me in on playing this game?
No.
If I can't even join.
When loading their first matches, some players have received a notification informing them that there was a problem with the dedicated server.
Phone 404. Halo Infinite not found.
This particular bug...
Error 303, guilty spark. Crazy AI is not found.
I am a monument to all of your bug testing.
God.
No.
This particular bug seems to be quite easily resolved, however, by just trying again and again until it eventually works. This has been good.
Literally brute force it until you get in the door.
Did they really just say?
No, just
the
brute
only
force
way
it.
to solve this is to keep going until it
Okay,
works.
listen, I need you to inspect this building, but the front door just fell down. So I need you to just bang your head against the wall, against the debris, until you force your way in the lobby. The lobby is filled with rats.
Minor true story. Earlier this week, we were having a little bit of car trouble. We were actually trying to find out what the problem was. There was a problem with the electrical system of our car not picking up, and therefore the starter wouldn't go. Nothing would go. It wouldn't go.
Noba.
We thought the car was FUBAR. We thought we were in serious trouble. In a last-ditch effort to try to figure out what the problem was, I went ahead, I opened the hood, I disconnected the car battery contacts, wiped them down real quick, like with a napkin, connect them back on, screwed them on nice and tight the way they were, and then cranked her and she went back up to life again.
Oh, God.
Hey, at least
That's basically what they were asking you to do.
But wait, there's
More.
more.
Of
Now,
course there is.
meanwhile, after downloading the beta, certain Xbox users have encountered messages telling them that an update is required, but that it cannot be accessed at the moment.
Wait, what the fuck?
Some quick troubleshooting from the Halo support account explains that this issue can be remedied via the classic method of turning your machine on and off again.
Okay, am I
Wait,
getting
wait.
punked? Is
I
Ashton
think
Kutcher waiting around the corner?
I think I know what's going on here.
What's going on?
Okay, so as we know, a beta
What's going on?
is meant to be used for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
For the record, everything we're seeing here, funny as it is expected to happen. Shit breaking, non-stop. It happens. But that update, you know what that is?
What?
I bet you that is the massive update that will activate when you buy the actual game and put it in your console so it can install in the hard drive. And it essentially just flash trigger for something that didn't exist.
Yeah,
God.
this isn't a very
They
good
had the-
beta test for a game that's
On
supposed
the
to set
contrary.
high expectations.
On the contrary, this is the best beta test because this is exactly what's supposed to happen in a beta. It just happened way worse than we expected. It's like when you play the beta of a game, bugs are going to happen. The whole point of it is literally, hey, general public, here's a demonstration of the prototype. Please let us know of the problem so we can fix it for the commercial version.
Oh, I get
That's
it.
how
Just
it
like
works.
presenting something to a focus group.
Exactly. It's like, okay, drive this car. The car is going to steer like shit. The fuel consumption is going to be through the roof. It's
Right.
okay. And if you see anything else, like weird noises or like it's stiff or the brake doesn't work, let us know. We'll fix it so we can actually sell this car. And the moment you get in the car and you turn on the key, it explodes. That's what happened here.
Actually, no, it doesn't even explode. You go in and turn the key and nothing.
The engine just dies.
No, it doesn't even start. It
Doesn't even make noise. It just goes...
Yep.
Okay, we're going to fix it. We fixed that. Okay, I'm trying to turn it on, but it tells me that to drive, I need to download an update.
Oh, God.
No, it's better than that. I need to drive it, but suddenly the wheels are not there anymore.
What the fuck?
It's okay.
Where did they go?
The wheels are supposed... It's like you bought the car. The wheels are coming in 3 weeks.
Jesus, man.
Don't tell me. Tuesday.
Yes.
Ugh.
Fucking
Okay, you know what?
So
as
yeah,
far as that's
people
concerned-
were expecting bugs for a beta. Nobody was expecting game-crashing bugs, game-breaking bugs, and now loading. Now loading.
Oh my god. Basically,
Now
the beta
loading.
was a disaster.
Now loading.
No. It's
No,
not
not
a
a
disaster.
That wasn't a
It's like-
beta. That was a gamma. It was behind the beta.
no, it's the alpha. That's
That
all
would
it
be the alpha, not the gamma.
What's behind? What's even further than the alpha? Can we go in? Can we go further than alpha?
Yes, it's called beta.
No. Can we go further back?
is. No.
No, that's alpha.
Can we invent? Can we just go around the alphabet and call this one the zeta?
You mean omega?
It ends at all, really?
Omega.
Man, the Greek were bullshit.
Greek are weird.
They couldn't even make a full alphabet. Bitch ass Greeks.
But you know what? We want to hear from you. We want to get your thoughts on this.
If you played the Halo Infinite beta, please tell us what your experience was.
Oh,
please
goodness.
do. Actually,
Tell us all
seriously.
the way the world fell apart in front of you when Thanos clutched the reality stone and said, "Gaming can be whatever I want."
Did we get any new comments about the Halo stuff and Activision? By the way,
I'm gonna double check over here.
You know what I'm what?
Truthfully,
You know what?
no.
You know what
But
I want though.
We're gonna get the comments later.
Here's the best
on
part though.
in this on this.
To anybody who's
replay
listening
here.
out there, let us know. Somebody find me the list of the bugs they found, because when the actual game comes out, I want to see if any of them remained.
you know, I think,
Yes, please.
I think everything that we've talked about, basically, like, I think we can all come to one conclusion, and I want to share my own 2 cents here. Like any big company, whether it's video gaming or whether it's wrestling or any type of entertainment company out there, like, just because you guys have achieved some measure of success, that doesn't mean that you are exempt from, consequences and, shit to happen when you think that you can get away with it, but you can't. No, you can't get away with it. There is always going to be a kickback. There's always going to be consequences to your actions, and the consequences are not favorable. They're not favorable at all.
You know how we said all publicity can be good publicity?
No,
Turns
it
out,
doesn't hold-
when you get big enough, there is such a thing as bad publicity. And in today's time, where social media and the force of communication is so widespread, you can't just bury shit in the dirt. Remember, they've been getting away with this for years. And only now has it finally become the truth, because they can't hide it anymore.
Well, I'm also addressing Disney and also
Oh, yeah, I
AEW
know.
with trying to get away with their stuff.
Same
because
thing.
they
That's
fall
exactly
into-
what I meant.
Yeah, they fall into the same category, being too big to fail.
This is the lesson that we humble folks at the Raven Flock teach you, to you, the big guys, and our beloved listeners. Never presume that you are too important for the problems of life to come knocking at your door.
Juan, do you concur?
Oh, I've got an opinion. Cool.
course you do.
Bullshit, you do. Send him back to China.
Motherfuck you and you try to send my ass to China. Here's what's going down. I'm totally agreeing with what my buddies here are saying.
Speeding
You've
fact.
got to be fucking responsible with how you behave yourself, especially if you're a big ass corporation, especially if you think that you're making more money than God. You cannot afford a single fuck up, because all it takes is one person being mistreated, raising a big enough stink for plenty of other folks to come out of the woodwork.
And the more garbage you build up behind that dam, the more it's going to stink when it inevitably breaks down and floods the whole damn city. Also, we would like to remind our beloved viewers that AAA producing is a mistake. Because the bigger the production gets, turns out that, according to a certain fellow on the social media who used to work on the original World of Warcraft, AAA productions cost so much because half of the budget is used on advertisement.
Wow.
And that means
fucking forget
less
that
money that you use for actually working on producing the game, which is why so many big games. You guys notice how the big games have become somewhat homogenized?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you can look at an announcement, you see it like trailers of games, and you go, this game has way too little gameplay and a little too much CG cutscenes. Why is that?
Money, dear boy.
Money.
Because I'm just saying, if a game doesn't have faith in itself to show more gameplay than CG, I find myself a little distrustful. Which is why AA, indie games, and, well, Japan are doing so well right now. All they do is give you gameplay. You like product? Here's product. Meanwhile,
like
the
product.
AAA industry go, you want product? Here's a movie. You didn't like it? You are racist, homophobic, misogynistic, trans whatever, something phobic. How dare you hate on the Jews?
Don't you know we're living in a pandemic?
Don't you know we live in a society?
Fucking-
Can't you guys take a joke?
No.
Don't you own cell phones?
Don't you guys have self? Well, I do, but mine just happens to be covered by the immensely protective power of the Ravens Flock, now accessible for you very easily at the store. With the use the code of the code. What was the code again?
code
Cons
is-
are
Cons
back.
are back.
Cons
For
are back.
50% discount on
So-
all purchase
Exactly.
items.
What
The-
better way to cap off the episode than by hiding capitalism while we shit on it?
Actually, I do want to go ahead and say hello to all our friends since cons are returning, there are conventions
Yes,
back
by the
to
way,
back.
congratulations
Last week
to our
was
cast.
MetroCon. Last weekend was MetroCon, and folks had a big grand old time. Right now, we've got Tampa Bay Comic Convention going on.
Yeah.
Our friend, the ever so lovable ruler of the popcorn planet, and Mr. Andy
Our
Signor,
boy.
is there and he's going to have a panel tonight at 9:30 Eastern time at
Make
the
sure
convention.
to attend. The man needs all the love he can get.
Yes,
Yep,
indeed.
and he's filming a breakdown of his one of his favorite shows, Change My Mind Nerd Edition.
Ooh, that should be fun. That should be
Okay,
real
yeah.
good.
So he's trying to get folks to film that. He wants to join. He wants you to join in on the hilarity of that stuff.
Endgame should have been the end of it. Change my mind.
Maybe.
And 2 weeks from now, the Ravens flock, we are going to be at one of the biggest conventions here in the state of Florida, MegaCon 2021, and
in Orlando.
In Orlando, it will be on Friday. It'll be on Friday, August the 13th, till Sunday, August the 15th.
It's a 4-day con.
It's
If
a
There's-
4-day
anybody's
con, but we're
there
only-
that knows who we are,
I
please
don't know
feel
how
free
many
to
days
show
we're
up and
going.
say hi. We're always happy to meet fans, and we're always happy to embarrass you in front of your
and
parents.
And it will be at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando.
And of course, in between now and MegaCon, there is of course Omni Fandom Expo.
That's
You'll
right.
notice that we've actually been promoting a little bit of this stuff. That's because we've been wanting to go to Omni Fandom Expo, but we simply couldn't. The money wasn't going to be in enough time, and we want to show our love to one of our favorite conventions.
Yeah, we're
And-
actively whoring ourselves out. Give us that fucking press pass.
Actually, that's the worst part. We had one; they just can't get there.
Damn it!
I know.
Yeah.
that's-
Give us a car so we can get there to get our press
No,
pass.
we need money for a room, and we need
Give us money so we can get there to get a press pass.
Oh
I
my
wish,
God,
but
Angel,
for
go
real-
on.
Give me cocaine so I can sell to
Shut
make
up!
money for the press pass.
Go
For
on,
real,
Juan.
folks, check out OmniFandomExpo.com. Tickets are available. You can get weekend passes. You can get VIP passes if you want. They've got an amazing guest lineup over there. They've got lots of fun shows and panels for you to check out. Be sure to check out Omni Fandom Expo, folks, please. It's
Oh.
the biggest little con that you'll attend all year.
Yes, and I think we
And
pretty
I
much.
promise you, we are not shitting on the stairs this time.
Angel, you really need to
I
shut
will
up, bro.
never let them live it down.
That wasn't them. That was ShadowCon. Those guys
No,
are dead.
I'm pissing on their grave.
Good.
All
Piss
right.
on their grave.
Fine, piss on their grave. Anyways, I think we've pretty much reached the end of the program.
Yes.
Juan, go ahead and plug us away.
Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, and Juan Arouse, where we discuss convention news in the Central Florida comic convention community. And, of course, we also discuss geek culture, nerd culture, everything in between, video games, anime, TV shows, and everything that we can in order to make your voice our mission. We invite you to continue to check us out and to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you're watching our live streams or if you're watching our replays on YouTube and Twitch. And of course, as we mentioned earlier tonight, check out our Teespring store, teespring.com/stores/the-ravens-flock, and use our brand new promo code CONS, the letter R, back for 15% off your entire purchase. We could really use the support, and we know that you're going to enjoy what we've got available there for you. And until next time, we invite you to continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, home of the Black Files, Wrestle Rewind, Los Amigos Play, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in on another exciting edition of our flagship show. Nerds all over the internet watching. We are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.
No king lives forever.